Stephen, the international break coming up. How's all the boys' attitudes been this week? The hard work seems to be continuing.
Yeah, I think we've made a point of that. When we do have an international break, we use it as an opportunity to work on things that we can be better at. Make sure the boys retain their fitness. We shorten the sessions down a little bit because there's no end goal on a weekend. But we're making sure we're doing a lot of individual stuff, keeping boys taking over, and as I say, working on things that we can be better at.
And to go into the international break on the run of form we've had as well must be a huge positive as well.
Yeah, I think every international break I've been here, well, I think nearly all of them have managed to win the game before, which, in terms of the week, it makes it so much easier. The attitudes around the place are very good, the spirit around the camp's good, and everyone just keeps pushing themselves. So it was good to get a win, and it's good to go in with a good run of form.
Of course, some boys will be getting a break, others won't be. Let's start with the boys that aren't getting a break and going away. Good for you, getting a run out for their national teams.
Yeah, and the recognition I feel that they deserve. The two young Scottish boys, with Alan and Cads being away, they're going to be involved. They thoroughly deserve it. I feel both are probably knocking on the door of the full setup. Biggie's come in and he's been brilliant since the last 3-4 games and earned his call up as well. So, you just keep your fingers crossed when they're that far away, they come back injury free. But it's a great experience for them. Liam Donnelly's gone with the Northern Ireland under-21s and, maybe a little bit early, but also when we don't have game time for him here, it allows him to get a game against Spain. And he comes back a little bit fitter again, ready to challenge for a place. And who have I missed out on? Trevor, obviously with the Northern Ireland set up as well in the Nations Cup. So it's good. And it's been a long time since we maybe had 4 and 5 international players in the setup. So I think it shows we're going in the right direction.
And you mentioned injury and you touched on them. Of course, we do have a number of boys coming back from injury. Does this break seem to give everyone a little bit of time to just rest up as well?
Yeah, any knocks and bruises, we try and give them a couple of days off, but I don't like giving people too many days off. I don't want a mindset to set in where it becomes a holiday camp in any shape or form, but we haven't got them personalities, so when people need a rest, we use this week to do it, but we drive them forward. We make it a little bit more fun than perhaps it usually is, and so that they come back ready to go on Tuesday in preparation for Hearts.
It must be a joy for you as a manager to work with players who have that attitude. Does it make your workload that little bit easier? You don't have to worry about their mindset at all?
Yeah, Connor Salmon came here and he said, I heard him saying to Andy, our fitness guy, that the attitudes here, they drive themselves. Nobody has to stand over them, and that doesn't happen at every football club. And when you bring good pros in like Connor, like I mentioned, they continue that and they push it. And the older pros that we have mixed with the younger boys and their drive and enthusiasm, it's a pleasure to work with. Sometimes they'll have good games, sometimes they'll have bad games. They're human, they make mistakes, but they're always honest mistakes. I remember an old manager of mine saying, nobody means to make mistakes. They're good, honest players. They don't mean to, and that gives you, you want to work with them, you want to make them better, and you're just delighted when they get the results and they get picked in international setups like some of them have done, and try and keep pushing them further forward.
Well, it may seem like a break for some. I know that you barely ever get a break, even the amount of interviews we've done, you admit that, and the hard work will continue for you as you prepare for a big game when we come back against Hearts.
Yeah, it gives me a chance to look at the younger players as well. We've got a lot of good young boys in the system. We've got a lot of boys that are on the bench at the minute, just maybe one player away from starting. You've got David Turnbull, Barry Maguire, Jake Hasty on loan doing very well. Ross McLean doing well. Shay Gordon doing well up until he got injured a couple of weeks ago. And it gives me a chance to look at the reserves, gives people game time in the reserves as well. And with anybody else we've got our eyes on, a free Saturday gives our scouting staff and our personnel the chance to get our eyes on new people.
But in general, are you looking forward to a wee weekend off? Will you be able to take your mind off anything at all and relax?
No, I'll be going to watch a game on Saturday. We've got our eyes on a couple of players, for January, or if anybody did move on in January. So I think as a club our size, you've always got to try and be ahead of the game and try and get, know that what replacements you need just in case things happen.
Stephen, thanks again for your time.
Okay, cheers, Lewis.